Hey, good morning, folks. It is a rainy day here in Silverton, Oregon. We get a lot of those. And it is, what is it? November 28th. It's been a couple months since I posted anything. That's because I've been, hunting and doing yard cleanup and winter preparation and all that stuff. And I've done a few things here and there on the boat, but today I have dived back in and I am working on the shear shelves. So I have gotten a few things done, and I'll show you what show you what I've done in the last couple of months. A lot of it is just very monotonous kind of grunt work, and it's nice to have most of that behind me. So I will lay some of that out here for you. So what you're looking at here is the transom, and I have got the drain holes drilled, and on either side of the LVL stringers. And I have gotten lots of tape, or all the adequate tape, and then my fillets. Yeah. Hey, good morning. It is Sunday, and I am back out here in the shop. I want to show you one thing I did yesterday. This is a fiberglass tube. Not exactly rocket science, but this is what will be the drain plug hole in the back of my boat. I just took a dowel, wrapped it with plastic till I was roughly at that 15/16 diameter, which is what most production drain plugs are at. Wrapped around several layers of fiberglass cloth until I had roughly 1/8 of an inch buildup. I've got a really good fiberglass tube. All right, so this is the plug. It's your standard 15/16 expansion plug, and it needs to fit in there, and it's pretty tight. That's a little bit too small. So I've got a 15/16 inch drill bit here. I've already done this, so just to show you what I'm doing here. With gloves on, because I can't really use a tool, I'm afraid I'd crush the fiberglass. I put the drill on the slowest speed possible, and then just very gently fed it into it. And I get a nice 15/16 inch hole, and slips right in and won't come out. So that's my drain plug. So I had gooped all this in with thickened epoxy a couple days ago, and now that's all cured up. I had the hole pretty well drilled, and I knew it was going to be oversized, so I'm using a 1-inch hole saw to just clean it out. It looks good. I've got it at a slight slant from the bottom of the boat, so it'll be sure and drain everything. Then I've got my little fiberglass tube that I made yesterday. So I'm going to put it in and mark this, how long it is, the length to cut. I'm going to give it an extra 1/4 inch so I can come back and sand it flush to the hole. All right, so I've got my epoxy here. You always want to add a little bit of unthinned epoxy, just regular epoxy, to kind of wet the surface and make sure any bare wood is going to be able to soak some in. Just want to make sure it's well coated in there. I cut the fiberglass tube down to size. I tore the finger off one of my gloves, stuffed it with paper towels, and put it up front so it's a nice tight fit with the dowel behind it. And I'll be able to push that on through and make sure that no epoxy comes into the tube. So right now I'm going to paint. I also beveled the tip a little bit just to make sure it goes in easy. I scraped this up with 80 grit sandpaper, 40 grit sandpaper. Give it a little bit of tooth, as they say. So that's about a good consistency there. I'm just going to generously goop it in there. And now, you'll leave just a little bit of that hanging out. Make sure I mean, if you're going to cut a hole in the back of your boat, you might as well make sure that it's sealed up around the plug. All right, so this is what the inside looks like. And I'm gonna come back here and kind of replace thickened epoxy around there. Now I will come back in with my grinder and cut this down and blend it in to the hull. All right, so I've come back and I have sanded down the hole on the outside so it's flush. I've sanded it down on the inside. It seems like a really good fit. And the old plug goes in and snaps in, and that's going to be a good sturdy fit. And it's just, there's no air pockets. It's just like a solid piece of epoxy in there. So good finish. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So sorry, a whole show on putting in a plug, not the most exciting thing in the world. But there's a few steps in there that might be useful for folks. I actually did a lot of work on the gunnels, getting them laminated, and I will do a separate segment on that. So until next time, thanks a lot.